Welcome into SportBet Extra. I'm your host, Paul Rami. Today is Saturday, November 1st, 2025. I got a couple little quick announcements. Today's show will be the last Saturday show. I'm going to be doing a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday show, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central Time. That's going to be 4 days a week. Occasionally going to trying to work in another Saturday show, but moving forward, this may be the last Saturday show for a while. So anyone who's watching, tune in that we're going to go ahead and switch that over to during the week, 4 days a week. What a game last night in the World Series, right? Game 6 there. We got Game 7 tonight. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Tweet your biggest underdog for tonight at Paul Rami. I want to see who's picking who for underdogs for today's games for college football. A lot of fun games to watch. A lot of big implications for Saturday. Busy Saturday. We'll discuss those on Tuesday's show as well. Recap so far. I want to get into a quick recap on the show so far. 12 wins, 6 losses, plus 6.58 units since we've been back. Pretty solid, I would say. It's been about, I think, just 2 weeks that we've been back here on the show. So 12-6 record. I think yesterday on Winnable, if you got my picks there, we went 1-1. Nikhil Alexander-Walker over 15.5 cleared that number for the Hawks on his points pretty easily. Knicks minus 4.5. That did not pull through. So the Bulls are serious. The Bulls are for real. Look at that team. That was their first, I would say, real test. If you look at who they played before, Pistons, Magic, teams that really they're on the rise, but they're not quite there yet. The Knicks, they're that more proven team. So that was kind of that test for the Bulls. Are they going to be able to, go up against one of these actually heavy hitter teams? And they did with ease, it looked like. So, the Bulls there, they might be serious. There'll be someone to look at in the East, maybe a 6-7 seed, somewhere around there. 4 seed, I don't know. It's going to be kind of tough. Again, you got the Knicks there. Celtics, I'm sure in time they're going to do decent. Sixers are going to be looking good, of course. So the Bulls, look out for them later on. Anyways, real quick, we're going to get into that World Series game, talk college football, talk a little bit NFL, and then also I'm going to bring on the show Gorilla Black Bets here. He's going to be joining us once we finish up with the World Series talk. So let's go ahead and get into that. Game 7 is tonight. Blue Jays, if you saw the game last night, they blew that late opportunity with really poor base running there in the 9th. I mean, 1 out, you got runner on 2nd and 3rd. You can't get doubled up in that spot. That's one of those you just got to kind of watch the ball, see it drop before you take off, or if you even take off, maybe you get held at 2nd, but you can't get doubled up there to end when you're at home. So next game tonight, they're going to have Scherzer going. We'll see if he's able to, at least get him 5 solid innings. On the other side, I'm going to say it's Ohtani who's going to be pitching. They haven't listed their starter yet, but I'm going to assume that we're going to have Ohtani pitching there. Most likely going to get a better showing from him because he's not coming off that 18-game inning like he did last start. So probably going to be Ohtani. This is going to be a tough one. Like I said in the last show, I like the Blue Jays to win the World Series. That price was like at plus 150 at the time. Again, we didn't take that. We took them on the money line, game 5 there for a better number, about like plus 182, I think it was. But this was the one we kind of figured if they lose game 6 with Yamamoto, they've got a chance here, game 7, but it's going to be tough. So I will not be having to play on this game tonight. If anything, I would like the no-run first inning, but I'm not taking that one tonight. This is going to be more of a college football day. We're going to be getting our bets in there and then just watch World Series Game 7 tonight. Unless we see something live. We'll see. But, I'm kind of looking ahead to next year. Do we expect the Dodgers to be back in the World Series? I mean, that team, they're going to keep a lot of their players. I mean, I think, what was it I was looking at? Only Teoscar Hernandez going to be a free agent, one that really matters. A couple other guys are going to be free agents. So No big names there. They're really going to be on the market. They're going to retain a lot of those players. So that Dodgers team, if they win tonight, they're going to be a dynasty, and shoot, they may even get a fourth if they do win tonight also. So just Dodgers, man, they look tough. So, anyways, that's it for the World Series. Let's get into college football. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Gorilla Black Bets, man. Let's bring you into the show here.
Yo.
What's going on, man? Welcome in.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Go ahead and tell everyone you're there and where you're joining us from.
So I was about to say. So I'm joining you guys from. I'm in Canada actually. So you're just talking about that MLB game, and it's been pandemonium out here, man. Like everyone's just going crazy over the Blue Jays. It's a little funny because I'm a Dodgers fan, so it's it's been interesting over here, with to say the least.
How does that even work out, man? Dodgers fan in Canada, okay?
Yeah, well, it's the same thing. I'm a Dolphins fan too. So how does that work out, right? So
I don't know. I don't quite understand that.
Those are the teams that
what, man?
when I
I'll
was a
say
kid.
this. I'm a fan. Yeah, I'm a fan of any team that's going to make me money. So if I got to be a Dodgers fan tonight, I'm going to be a Dodgers fan.
There you go. You know what I mean? And that's kind of it started when I was a kid, right? You pick those teams that you like and you just stick with them. You know what I'm saying? So
yep,
that's what.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah. For me, man, it's LT Chargers, LaDainian Tomlinson. That's forever going to be my guy, man. That was a dude that I was like, this guy's no matter what, no matter who comes after him, he's going to be the man.
that makes sense. So my generation was into Danny DeRino, yeah. Dan Marino, baby.
Nice, awesome. Nice. Well, we'll talk a little bit of NFL here once we finish up with college football. But I did want to get into the early college football games. I know we've got Vanderbilt at Texas. That's going to be a big one. I think currently right now, Texas, with the news that Arch Manning, he's cleared from concussion. They're about a 3.5 favorite there. Vanderbilt, they had a couple tough tests. I mean, they just beat Missouri. They just beat LSU, both pretty solid defenses. I know that Alabama lost. That's going to be tough always on the road. But now you're going to Texas, and that Texas team is, questionable. Their defense is very solid. But really, what are you going to get with Arch Manning? It's tough to tell. What are your thoughts on this game, Texas and Vanderbilt?
I think that it's a big test for Arch. Arch has been, let's just say, less than what we kind of thought he was going to be. Not saying that he's not playing well, but I think we all expected a little bit more than what we're getting. You know what I'm saying? Out of that offense, anyways, their defense is pretty decent. I think this is more a big test for Diego, man, to see what if this is are they the real deal? Because right now, they're sitting better than Texas is sitting right now. So I think that's the question. And if they if Vandy pulls this one off, it's going to be something else, buddy. That's that's kind of where I'm sitting on this one here.
Yeah, and you say with Diego, man, looking back at just his last two games, he struggled against tough defenses. Mm-hmm. But Vanderbilt still got the win. I mean, he went 10 for 19. I'm looking at for 129 yards against Missouri, and then 14 for 22, 160 yards there against LSU. But really, it's his legs that are keeping them in these games. So it's kind of one of those questions: are you going to get more than 20 attempts here, more than 15 completions? Is it going to be one of those type of games again? Because it's another tough defense. And kind of not sure, but I think Vanderbilt has done enough to prove that they belong in the top 10. Again, this is going to be one of those bigger tests. I'm kind of looking up, who they've got going forward. Next two games, Auburn, Kentucky, not really too big of a deal. It's not like this is a look ahead spot, right? It's not like they're looking the next game to see, oh, we got a bigger opponent. We got Oklahoma that we got to go on the road to again. It's nothing like that. So they're going to be locked in. They're going to be focused. Vanderbilt, I'm liking. I'm probably going to have a play on them at the end of the show here. But we'll talk about that near the end whenever we give out some of our picks. What about, I guess, moving on to this game, Duke and Clemson? That one I want to talk about. That's kind of an interesting game. I know Clemson, we expected preseason poll. You expected Clemson to be up there near the top, especially with Cade Klubnik. They were kind of expecting him to take a step. Didn't play last game. They lost to SMU, but the 2 games before he played, he looked good. Kind of finding a rhythm there. And Duke, on the other hand, they're kind of that scrappy team. I like a lot of what they do. Just they're solid offensively. Defensively, of course, they're questionable. They're iffy, I'd say. But with, like I said, Derry Mensa, that Duke offense, I think they're getting 3.5. I'm looking at here. I'm kind of liking Duke. What are your thoughts on that one?
I'm with you on that one. Clemson's been super disappointing, man. Like, I got the question of like, is Dabo can he stay? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, if they don't get some of these wins, like, what's gonna happen with Dabo? Like, I never thought I'd ever be saying that about Dabo. So it's one of those where I think Clemson, they lose today, it's all done, man. Like, it's. Yep. And this Duke team can definitely set up to do it. Mensa's he's not a bad quarterback. He's a good quarterback, if you ask me. And this could be one of those games that seals Clemson for the season here, dude. Like, if they're not already with the record they have sealed, right?
Yeah. I think they're pretty much out of it. I mean, really, Georgia Tech and Duke could do something, but I think Georgia Tech's got the ACC locked up there. I don't think Clemson's going to do enough. But I mean, yeah, like for Dabo, you said you never kind of thought you would be in this situation with him, and it's going to be like, man, is this going to be another one of those coaching buyouts? $50 million just to sit at home, man. I don't know. But yeah, so Duke, I'm liking. I'm probably gonna have a play on them later as well. That's gonna be one that I really like. I think they're. I don't know if the book is thinking, okay, Clemson's back with Cade Klubnik. Maybe they're gonna do something, but I think they're disrespecting Duke a little bit here. I mean, it's not a big number, but that 3.5. If I'm getting the hook, I'm probably gonna take that 3.5.
I think that's definitely a look that feels pretty comfortable and seems right to me, actually. Like, to take that hook there for, why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, exactly. Or is that just is the book teasing us, right? They're like, yeah, go ahead and take that hook, and Clemson just wins by 14 or something ridiculous. Like, yeah, it didn't even matter.
It's hard for me to come to see that, man. Like, I just don't see that. Like, I know what you're saying. It feels like one of those spots, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I
don't think so.
I think Duke bounces back here. I mean, they had a tough game against Georgia Tech. Clemson is not Georgia Tech this year. No. They don't have to worry about, Cade Klubnik running all over like Haynes does there for Georgia Tech. So, I think Duke is probably the look here. And like I said, that's probably going to be my play that I give out later here at the end of the show. But moving on, let's look at Georgia and Florida. Now, this game, Florida, man, they're such a weird team, right? I mean, you lose to Miami there, then you beat Texas, who come into your home there. So you beat Texas, get blown out by A&M, who I think is the best team in the country. I have A&M ranked number 1 in my ranking. I really like that team. And then Mississippi State, they win there against a not really great Mississippi State team. So now you've got Georgia coming in there. I've never been a huge fan of Georgia. I mean, offensively, yeah, they're good. Defensively, they're good. They're average. but laying 7.5 on the road against this Florida team who we know what they can do at home, we know what they're capable of. It's one of those like, man, you just kind of take the points with Florida here. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking. I kind of like. I'm trying to see where I put this one here. I think it's Georgia. I'm liking on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm liking Georgia on this one here. I'm just trying to see where I put those notes. Yeah, so I think it was. I'm liking. Georgia's here. So 1 second here, buddy. Sorry, man.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I mean, their only loss is to Alabama by 3. I mean, they haven't really had much trouble. They beat Tennessee by 3 there when they were on the road. So that was a close one, close road test there. The rest of them, Kentucky, Auburn, not too big a test there. Ole Miss, they win there late with that touchdown. So Georgia, I mean, they tend to keep games that matter close.
Yeah, so that's the thing is like they're consistent with keeping things close, but when it matters most. When it comes down to Georgia, I think to me it always comes back to I think they got better coaching. Their coaching always seems to make the right play at the right time. So it's like their away records. They're 2-0 right now away too, and I feel like Georgia's one of those teams where you can always count on them to figure it out. So
Okay.
I don't want to count them out, especially in this game today. It's to me it's Georgia. It's a must-win game. They gotta get this, and their coach always figured out to get it right. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those where I feel like I think the line. What's the line on that one?
I'm seeing around a 7.5, I think.
Yeah, it is 7. It's 7.5.
Yep.
It is a little bit. It is that is a little tough. I would have liked it better at like 6.5, but
yeah, that's like, so this one I don't have a play on this one. I'm just leaning Florida just because that number, and it's kind of the same situation. I mean, Georgia could be up 14 and then get backdoored there by Florida, right? Just in one of those kind of last second touchdowns, and then here you go, kick off, kneel it down, game's over.
This game is the type of game that's a parlay filler, I think.
Yeah.
Sticking in there in a parlay type thing. I don't know if I'd want to put money down on a single by itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, looking at parlays. Yeah, Florida again. I think they got their upset win at home with Texas, but now you've got Georgia, who's actually more proven than Texas is this year coming in. So I do like that Georgia there, just kind of throwing your parlay for a money line. Not a bad idea at all. Let's move to Oklahoma at Tennessee. Number 18 Oklahoma there. Number 14 Tennessee. Interesting one here. Mateer, a couple of weeks removed from that injury that he had, but now going on the road, Oklahoma, after that loss there against Ole Miss. I mean, so I talked about that game last Saturday. I just thought it was a spot for Ole Miss, regardless, because everything going on with Lane Kiffin. I just thought he was going to have that team motivated and ready for that game. So it was going to be a tough game for Oklahoma, regardless. Now you're going on the road. You've got Tennessee, who's almost the same type of team, right? Offensively, they're going to put up numbers. So you're in for that type of test again. So it's kind of that question: is your defense going to show up for this one? Are you going to make adjustments? Kind of take some notes from last game and change some things, or are we going to see another loss here for Oklahoma as they start to kind of move down the ladder and get out of the top 25 and fall out? What are your thoughts on this one?
I'm saying it's Tennessee all day, man. I don't think Oklahoma's going to be able to stop Tennessee in this one. I think if this one's going to end up a little bit closer to, probably like the line's probably about 3 points or so. It could come down to by the end of it. But I just don't see Oklahoma pulling it off, man. I really think Tennessee's going to take this one.
Yeah, I see that too. It's kind of that again weird number. I see 2.5. I think you can get it 3. It's they're kind of telling you just take Tennessee here. think with Oklahoma, they've kind of reached their limit. You know, you've got Tennessee, then they have Alabama on the road next week. You got a tough game against Missouri. And then you've got another tough one against LSU. So it's not an easy schedule up and coming from Oklahoma. And I just think, you know, this one here, another high-powered offense that they're facing.
Yep.
And it's on the road. I mean, they lost at home with this type of offense against Ole Miss. Now you're going on the road to another tough environment. I'm with you on that. Tennessee laying the points there is probably going to be the play.
Yeah, well, the Vols can definitely spread them out, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying Aguilar is like mobile. He's not as mobile as Trinidad is, but
Yeah,
I think they can spread them out definitely, and it's going to prove to be a little bit tougher. I think personally.
yeah,
For them.
yeah. I like that one. I may add that one on Tennessee. Just kind of talking that one more, but we'll talk about that again. Go over the picks here in a little bit. Last one I want to talk about then was Cincinnati at Utah, this night game. Kind of a weird one, right? I don't think we'd ever think we'd be interested in a Cincinnati-Utah game this late in the season, especially seeing both of them ranked. But Cincinnati is kind of that fun team to watch. I mean, the only loss was that first game of the season against Nebraska. They lost by 3, and then since then they've just been blowing through kind of the Big 12 there.
Yep.
You know, not a lot of close games either, especially all of October. You know, they look solid. I know they do have their running back, Evan Pryor. He's out. You know, he's responsible for about a third of those carries, but he's not their lead back. He's a good, you know, third down or third option. But Cincinnati there, you're getting 10.5. That's a big number. Asking me to lay 10.5 with Utah, it's going to take a lot for me to get to the window with a slip with Utah as double-digit favorites. I know what they did against Colorado, right? But we kind of see what Colorado is this year. They're struggling since, you know, Shador's gone and all that, and with Dion with all his health issues, it looks like that team is a little bit more distracted. So, you know, I'm not putting too much stock in that win that they had against Colorado. I think Cincinnati, that's going to be a tougher test. I might just be on Cincinnati just taking those points because you're giving me 10.5, and I know it might be a stupid move to take them, but I think I'm leaning that way. Cincinnati, they just look good to me. I don't think
it's a stupid move. I think that they're giving us those points, and like you said, I'm taking that, man, all day.
Yeah,
because Cincinnati, this is a big spot for them to prove something, prove even more. None of us thought Cincinnati would be sitting at 7-1 at this point.
Yeah.
Right? That was not foreseen. So if they can pull this one off in Utah, dude, that's huge. That's massive. And those points, I think they're disrespecting Cincinnati big time with the way those points are. Like that's a lot. Like 10.5 is a lot. Like
that is a lot. I mean, that's the thing. Utah, they're capable of doing that, but against you see who they did that against. I mean, West Virginia, sure. Colorado, sure. Arizona State, I mean, they're kind of, up and down, that team. But they haven't really had that tough of a competition if you look at the full schedule, Utah. So this is going to be a tough one. You've got Cincinnati coming in. They're going to be fired up for this game. I mean, two ranked teams, late night game. It's going to be the only game on once the World Series is over. It's really going to be the only one that people are going to be tuning into. So yeah, I'm with you on taking Cincinnati here with the points. That's just kind of a gimme spot. And now we're going to look back on this tomorrow morning. We wake up and be like, God, what were we thinking taking Cincinnati here?
I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna have that regret.
I don't think so either. So that's where we're at for college football. There's a lot more games going on. Probably don't have too much time to go through every single game, but we'll try and next time if we can get you on again, man, we'll try and go through more. I did want to
That's
just touch on the NFL real quick as well. See, if there's anything you're liking there. I'm looking at the slate right now for tomorrow. So one pick that I made over just this past week, I took Broncos to win the Super Bowl at 22-1. The reason I took that team is really defense and the coach. That
Mhm.
to me, I've got a solid defense. I've got a coach who has won a Super Bowl, so he can get it done. You've got Bo Nix, who's a capable quarterback. He doesn't look like he makes that many stupid decisions there. He can throw the ball deep. I like this Denver team. Now, of course, being in that division with the Chiefs and now the Chargers looking good, it's going to be tough. But I like the Broncos. I'm in Houston. I'm a Texans fan, but I do like the Broncos winning here this game. I do, however, know a lot of the Texans players are going to be back. I think Nico Collins is back. Petrie is back on defense. So that defense is going to get even better, which is why they are that 1.5-point favorite right here at home. I just think that Denver, if they don't win this game, I think Denver they can make a run. But anyways, that Broncos Texans game that we have on Sunday, I'm probably going to be staying off that one and just watching and hoping that I do see Denver actually, have this tough road test and pull it off.
So this game is one of the games that I do have on
Okay.
on my list that I'm putting down. I do like Denver to win
Okay.
against Houston. Your Denver Super Bowl call, that's a pretty big call. I
Yeah.
don't know if I see you on that one, but
It's
I
for
can
the
see where
value.
you're coming
That's
from.
it.
I can see where you're coming from, but this game is one of the games that I do have on. I like to I build a nice little parlay ticket for every week, and
Okay.
this game is one of the games that I do have on there.
Okay. Are you taking them there with that 1.5, or you usually going straight money line?
So I usually do two tickets, and
Okay.
I'll do one point spread and one money line.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So your Broncos, well, hey man, I hope they pull it off. Like I said, I know it's a long shot. I mean, 22-1. I already know that it's going to be tough to make it happen for them to win the Super Bowl. But if they can finish the season ahead of the Chiefs somehow and win that division, I think they're going to be looking, like they're in a good spot.
It's a tough say because the Chiefs to me right now are they've got it together at the right
They
time.
do.
Like it's so frustrating, and I know you know what I'm talking about. It's like they seem to put it together just always at the right time,
Yeah.
and right now they're looking like those Chiefs that like they're gonna go into this game on the weekend here against Buffalo, and we're like, can Buffalo finally get that win over the Chiefs? I'm gonna say no. No.
Okay.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
that's an interesting one because I
You
was
know?
looking at that one, and that's the same thing. I mean, you're getting the Bills, and it's like, man, the Chiefs are small favorite here on the road. Give me the Bills. Like they say, not so fast, and like Lee Corso says there, man, it's there's a reason the Chiefs are favored here against the Bills. I mean, the Bills, they have yet to prove they can beat the Chiefs.
Thank you,
Uh,
brother. You said it.
they-
You hit it on the nose. When Allen proves to me that he can beat Mahomes, then he'll get that bet. They can't do it in the big games, man. They can't get him. They can't get
they
him. So
can't.
I'm going Chiefs on that one all day. All day.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah. Yeah. That's, I mean, again, that the books are asking the public, just take the Bills. They're asking you because you're getting, again, that you're getting a home team. Oh, I get the Bills at underdog. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then you'll see it's going to be one of those again, Chiefs just, halftime it's 21-7. And you're just like, are the Bills going to do anything?
Yeah. Yeah. I
So,
think you're completely right on that. It's one of those Patrick Magic games. He just does some kind it's those one or two plays and
yep.
to the right receiver and it's over, buddy. And then we're just
Yeah.
like we're sitting here like,
Juju
yeah,
Smith-Schuster making a play out of nowhere or something ridiculous.
You know what I mean? Someone that's like that you weren't even thinking about, and you're just like, oh, here
Yeah.
we go, Thornton or
Yep.
something.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Watch that 2 touchdown game from him, man. So
Exactly, exactly.
another one, just kind of looking at it, Packers 13.5. I'm seeing right now against the Panthers. I have no interest in that game. Uh,
Zero.
that the Panthers, especially, I think Bryce Young, I think he might be back. I haven't checked the injury
He's
report.
back. Yeah, yeah.
He's back.
Bryce is
Okay.
back. Yeah.
Okay. So even then, I mean, I don't know if I can, you know, expect Carolina to keep it within 2 touchdowns. That one I'm just staying off. The Colts and the Steelers, that one's interesting.
There we go.
That
There we
one,
go.
you're getting the Steelers at home after that tough loss to Green Bay. I mean, the Steelers are that weird team where, man, you have the talent. If you can just put it together, you have the guys to do it. They've just got to put it together, and this could be one of those kind of big statement games where it's like, oh shit, do we need to reevaluate and look at the Steelers? But the Colts, I mean, they're rolling 7-1. They, you think that, and then they show up and they win by 21, 28 points.
So,
So what are you thinking here on this game?
so my thought on this is, so to me, the books have disrespected the Colts so far all season that
Yeah,
no one believes, bro. And like like I'm no Colts fan. I like to look at numbers. I like to see what's going on. Right now, JT is the beast. I thought Bijan was going to be that beast. It's been
yeah,
JT. If
yeah,
they were giving out the MVP to running backs, JT should be the guy to get it. So to me, I think this 3 points, I'll take those 3 points all day, Colts, all day. They're
yeah,
playing such good football right now that for me to even think the Steelers have a chance against the Colts this week, I wouldn't even. It's not even a thought to me.
yeah,
I think this
yeah,
line should be more like 7.5. Like it's
yeah.
like
And I
that's
think
just what I honestly think.
Yeah, and I think it's just because they've got Aaron Rodgers, and that's saying you know what Aaron Rodgers has done, you know what he's capable of. That's why they're probably putting it at that 3.5 number, because he could have one of those games where he just goes off. But then you really break it down, it's like, who's he throwing to? I mean, Metcalf, sure, but that's it. And it's
Even
not
at
like
that, Metcalf, like a good Metcalf, when he gets
yeah,
all frustrated and gets
he,
into his head and gets all whiny, let's be realistic. He gets
yeah,
whiny and he gets like this weird like thing where he'll drop the easiest balls,
he,
bro. And we're like, what are
oh
you
man,
doing? Right?
yeah, yeah. He reminds me
So
of
I
Pickens a
can't
little bit. Pickens drops those easy ones, those slant routes right to you, but he can make those incredible catches.
exactly. But Pickens has shown himself a little bit better this year, I think,
Yeah.
being
Oh
away
yeah.
from them. So
Yep.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I like what where your head is and where you're going with that Colts team. Like you said, they're just continue to be disrespected. Just continue to keep taking them.
Exactly,
Might as
exactly. They've
well.
made me a lot of money this year, so I ain't hating on the Colts, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah. Out of the other games that Sunday, are there any in particular that you're liking? Any leans you have? Any strong picks that you have?
There's one that I like that it keeps I keep looking at it and going back and forth. It's the the Atlanta Falcons at the New England Patriots, buddy.
Hmm.
Um, Everyone wants to crown the Patriots is like they're back, they're back. I think everyone just really wants them to be back and in that winning column and like, you know, uh, the Drake May's here and it's all good and this and that. If this like I'm not saying Atlanta's like a big test or anything, but like
Hmm.
they pull this one off with a good number. The number's is 5. I don't know, man. Like Pinox is back from the injury. Cousins look just
Yeah.
terrible. But as I said, I think Bijan's a big like he's a big factor. Like Bijan's he's no joke, man. And if they could pull this off,
Yeah.
hey, then it's a different story. I'm just not on the narrative of New England being back yet. So that's why I'm battling with it. I'm kind of back and forth with that game.
Yeah, I know it's weird because Atlanta, right? You beat the Bills, who I mean, we know the Bills are still a good team, and then you lose and get embarrassed at home against the Dolphins. I know that's without Penix, like you said, it's with Kirk Cousins, but it's not like Penix is really incredible. It's not like he's thrown for 10, 15 touchdowns this season. He's only got 5 touchdowns on the season.
Exactly.
So really, it's that defense that the Falcons have that's been keeping them, in these games. But yeah, that Patriots team, I think the number opened at like a 7 and down now to 5.5, somewhere
Yeah, it
around there.
moved
So
down.
money,
It's sitting
yeah.
at 5 right now.
So that's that weird number. That's that weird, that very kind of tough number to pick. But yeah, man, like you said, with Vrabel, he does have the Patriots playing good, and May, he does look good. And I made the decision of taking the Browns last week, being like, you know what, I don't know if I believe in the Patriots either. I think this is a spot where the Browns defense does something, and I was completely wrong. I know you're not buying in on the Patriots. I think I might be buying in a little bit more on them. Now, I'm not saying they're back, but now I'm getting a 5.5 number. I know that's probably the public side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm going to take it, but that's where I'd be leaning. Uh, just because, again, I've already lost enough betting against the Patriots,
Yeah.
thinking like, yeah, they're not back, and then I'm just like, well, they they proved me otherwise.
There's
So
one more on here that I was just thinking about too. So, what do you think about the Chargers and the Tennessee Titans? Like, doesn't it feel like to you this is one of those games that Tennessee might be able to sneak a win here?
So I thought that whenever they played, I think was it they played. Who did they play with that? I thought that I think it was the Patriots that they played, or yeah, they played the Patriots. That was one of the games where I was like, maybe Tennessee can keep it close on this one, and then Patriots blew them out. And then against the Colts, I was like, man, you got a big number here. Maybe they can do something. But just watching, I don't know if you've watched Cam Ward. I've seen a lot of, I've watched a good amount of the games, and he is not quite ready for the spot. I really
Mm,
wish they had someone in place that he could sit behind for 1 year and learn.
yeah.
He makes a lot of bad decisions when he tries to run with the ball and throwing it all over the place. I mean, there's a lot of these kind of sack fumbles that he's having. He just doesn't look like he's quite ready.
I
Uh,
hear you.
Being a Chargers fan, again, I don't like laying the big number. It's tough for me in the NFL to lay a 10, 9.5, 10 on the road, right? With the road favorite. It's tough. But I've
Very
already been duped by the Titans twice there the last 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, maybe they keep it close. Maybe they keep it close. And then I'm watching Cam Ward. I'm like, they're not going to keep it close. He I don't see him doing much offensively. I think the Chargers defense, I know it's a little, sus there, as they say. It's if kind of off and on, but I just think the offense is going to be flowing in this game. Especially Chargers now. I know he really Justin Herbert likes going to his new his tight end toy there. I forgot his name's Gadsden or something like that.
Yeah,
He's been going to him.
Gatson. Oh, he's been just lighting that guy up, eh?
He
It's been good. It's been good.
has, and
Gatson.
with McConkey there, Keenan Allen back from I don't know, playing like he did 8 years ago, and that offense is just. I think they have the firepower to just go down and score consistently, and I don't think Tennessee's defense is going to do much. So I would
I like
actually
you on that
be,
one. I like that. I like your analysis on that one. That makes sense. That's good. Yeah.
so I'd be leaning Chargers on that one. Again, I hate doing that just because I was a big LT fan. I'm a big Chargers fan, so I avoid really betting on the Chargers games because I do have a little bit of bias. But this is one of those. I'm like, man, I've already been fooled by the Titans. I'm not gonna, fool me once, shame on you, right? Fool me twice, yeah, shame on me. All right, I'm going Chargers then.
I got
I'm,
you. I got you. I feel that. I
I'm,
feel that.
I'm going Chargers. But yeah, man, I think the rest of the games, there's nothing really interesting that stands out. I mean, Rams, huge home favorite. I think 14.5 there against the Saints. I was never a fan of Spencer Rattler. Did not like him at South Carolina. Did not like him at Oklahoma. I just was not a fan of his. I think it was his attitude that I saw a lot of things. I was like, man, he's not really that guy. I don't think Tyler Shough, though, is ready either. So I think that Saints team is just kind of in that weird spot where they don't have anybody and they don't want to quite throw the new guy in. So they're just kind of going through the season and just getting blown out every which way. So I'm not going to lay the 14.5 with the Rams, but I could see them easily just blowing out the Saints on this one. So that one I'm staying away from. Like you said, the Chiefs-Bills game, that's probably going to go Chiefs there. And then the night game, the Seahawks at the Commanders. Sam Darnold, man, to me, he reminds me a little bit of Ryan Fitzpatrick, man. Like just getting it done, like just going to whichever team and just kind of getting it done. And this is one of those, like, you're right. Everyone wrote him off going to Minnesota. It's like, okay, Minnesota, you just signed Sam Darnold, whatever. That's not going to do much there. And he looked good last season with Minnesota. It was kind of the same thing. It's like, all right, there goes Sam Darnold out to Seattle. Finally, he's going to just go downhill. Seattle's not going to do much. And then here he is again doing what he does and taking them 5-2 right now. So that Seattle team, I don't mind on the road on that Sunday night game laying the points there with them. Washington, I was a big fan of in the offseason. I was high on Washington coming into the season. After watching them play, and I think Jaden Daniels, he's still injured, or is he going to be back? I can't remember if he's back for this one or not.
He's going to be back, but to me, okay. I don't know if that makes any difference.
He doesn't have any cohesiveness with that team yet because those injuries, he can't stay healthy. He's missed games here and there, so I don't feel like they've got quite a rhythm with Jaden Daniels. So I know you've got Deebo Samuel back. I know you've got Terry McLaurin back. But I just think that Seattle defense is going to be too much. And that I will take the Seahawks on the road laying the 2.5 easily.
All day. Yeah.
All day.
Easily. I don't even think that's a question. Jackson Smith and Jigba he stepped up as the number one, and he's all he's done is answered. Like the ball comes to him, the guy catches it. It doesn't matter. All kinds of catches, all kinds of places. Like it's insane what he's doing right now. I can't turn away. I can't even look at that game and think that Washington at this point has a chance. I don't even think they have a chance. So was never on my radar to be worried about that one. That's
absolutely.
For sure.
So cool, man. I think we're gonna wrap it up. I want to go through real quick and just kind of give out our plays for today and for tomorrow, what you've got. I'm looking at from the games that we talked about for today. I like to just give out 3 picks for each day. I'm looking at Vanderbilt. I'm taking the points there +3. We talked about that one. Duke, I'm going to take that one there +3.5, and then Tennessee. I'm laying the 2.5 there. And I don't know what you use. I use Profit X just because here in Houston, it's legal. I can get in on Profit X and No Vig, those types of sites because they're sweepstakes style. Unfortunately, we don't have legal sports betting here in Texas. I know there's still bills they're going to try and maybe look at next year to get that here, but in the meantime, I'm taking these plays and I'm looking at Profit X, and that's where I'm getting my lines from. So those 3 I have for Saturday. Again, Vanderbilt +3, Duke +3.5, and then Tennessee minus the 2.5 there.
And I'm on all 3 of those, the exact same 3. I like all 3 of those. Those Perfect. From the ones that we talked about, that's exactly where I am. That's where I'm at as well.
Perfect. And then let's go Sunday for the NFL. I think you talked me into the Colts minus the 3.5 there.
Yeah.
I'm going to be leaning that way. I'm going to go Chargers -9.5, and then for the late game, Seahawks -2.5. So I'm going all favorites on Sunday. I hate betting favorites.
I
I
know.
hate betting
I know
roads.
that. I know the feeling. I know what you're saying about that. The only one that's different that you talked me into is the taking the Chargers over the Titans there. And then the only other one I have on here is well, as I said, I'm kind of debating the Patriots. So that might be
Yeah,
the only one I'm going to add on, but I haven't decided yet.
yeah. Very
Yeah.
cool. Well, cool, man. I appreciate you joining again. Everything, all the picks that I post, I put them there on X and then on winnable.com/DPaulRami. Gorilla Black, where can everyone find you again? Where do you post your plays? Everything, if you want to
I post
tell
my
them.
plays on Winnable as well. It's Gorilla Black Bets on Winnable. And then
Perfect.
I
Cool.
have them posted on X as well, so it's a very easy to find.
Nice. Awesome. Cool. Well, I appreciate you, man, coming on a Saturday morning, talking some football. I'm excited for today's games, excited for tomorrow's games, man. And then we'll look to
Exactly.
get you back on soon. Okay.
All right, fam. Thank you.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, man.
Everyone,
Take it
thank you for
easy.
joining. Appreciate it.
Later, yo.